Hello guys, my name is Xiong and today I'm going to be doing another movie review for you guys. Today I'm going to be talking about Lady Bird. I know I'm a little late on this movie, but I finally got a chance to watch it. So Lady Bird. Just a heads up guys, there's a lot of good and not a lot of con. And that is usually an indicator saying that this movie is actually good. So let's start with pros. Forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I would try it. Saoirse Ronan, she is a superb actress. She really developed the she is a character. You can't distinguish her as a person and she's not a person. You couldn't tell when she was out of character or not. She was in it. She was believable. She was the character. She was the person who she was conveying. And it's kind of like Tony Stark, like Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark, like Chris Hemsworth is Thor. She captures it. She is that person, and not a lot of actors can really pull that off in that way. So kudos to her. She did a really good job conveying the frustration, the anger, the girl side, the girl side and the love side. She exhibited all emotion in this movie, and I really like that. It's like, wow, she is a really great actress, and I hope she goes on to make good movies in the future and possibly win an Oscar, because her acting was really, really, really good. It was surprisingly, I was shocked. Laurie Metcalf is she's also another great actress in this movie. She's the mother. She played the mother, and she conveyed her emotion at appropriate time for appropriate reason. She's arguing with her daughter when she's sad, when she's happy. I mean, she had that emotion. Typical. I wouldn't say typical, but of a mother, of a caring mother, a loving mother. The rest of the cast was also great. They did their job, they did their part, they convey emotion, they convey conflictions and all this sort of stuff, They exhibit human behavior, human activity, human emotion. I thought they did a really good job. That's an indicator when you know that the movie is actually great. The cast did their part. They participate. They were not left out, on standing on the side. They were part of the story, part of the movie. Just like life, you are part of a life. You are part of other people's life. Lady Bird's friend, her best friend, is funny. She's a genuine good friend. They were like, you feel like they knew each other from a little kid. And you get that feeling from them. See what else? The reason I like this movie is that it's from a point of view, from a woman's point of view. Almost you can tell, because we get to see her growing up. We get to see making fun, playing pranks, being manipulative, pushing her friends away. Possibly cheating on her own boyfriend, having sex, smoking, all sorts of stuff. Like it was nice to see from a woman's point of view, from a young woman's point of view of her growing up. I thought that just kind of enlightened me that in some way a woman growing up, or a young lady, a young girl becoming an adult, her experience, I wouldn't say not the same, but is on the same line of path. Not the same line of path, but she goes the same thing that some guys go through, but it's different. You get to see their point of view and how they look at things, and how they are different from us male guys, us guys. So it's just, to me, it's kind of enlightening also, because for me it's like I never been exposed to this kind of movie, so it's great to see that, to like, oh, okay, this is how one lady experience and how she sees the world. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was it was good experience for me as a guy. I was like, okay, you know what, you know, not all, and it's true what they say. Not all women's the same. They are different, and you can say that vice versa to the guys too. So it's like it's interesting. It's a really good take on this. It's one of the more better movie. Yes, Wonder Woman is great too, but this is more human, more conflict, more drama, more emotion, more every of exhibiting human condition. You know, I talk about a dating life, sex, smoking, all that sort of stuff. The thing that as a young child would experience, you know, smoking, sex, talking, gossip, expectations, and that sort of thing. You know, it's like the route that all of us had experienced at one point in our life. So it had that relatable past or relatable story that we can tell. We can say, oh yeah, that I've experienced that. I have that conversation with my parents. I had that conversation with my brothers and sister. That sort of stuff. It's unique in itself, but it's also different too. I like this movie because it's really about the relationship. You know, her relationship to her first boyfriend, relationship to her second boyfriend. They didn't turn out well, but it's still a relationship. You know, it wasn't what she was expecting. You know, she's learning. Her relationship to her mother is it's up and down. You know, and then her relationship to her father. You know, father is a kind, gentle, sweet guy. Her mother is really strict and really authoritarian, you know, almost kind of like dictatorship, you know, almost dictator. And then her brother is like kind of that goth, emo kind of looking guy, but he's actually an honest guy, you know. And the relationship is not smooth, you know. It's not a stable emotion. It's up and down, and that's why we have to work on it. You know, we have to maintain that relationship with people who are important in our life, or we want them to be in our life. We have to maintain. We have to build upon it. It's like, you know, you put a seed in the ground, and you have to water it every day for it to grow. That's kind of what I'm trying to say, is that you have to give it water, you have to watch it, you have to take care of it, you have to be there for it. So that's how these relationships are work in real life. Is that, you know, you can't. It's not just magically. It's all good. It's like, you know, you have to work at it, and that's in any relationship. You know, mother to father, father to brother, father to son. Any kind of relationship requires that work of maintaining, so it can be stable. And you gotta know that all relationships have ups and downs. Is the key is to come together and talk about it and work it out. I like this movie because also is that you could tell it's an indie movie. You could definitely tell. To me, it's not an indie movie. It's like a really auteur or a really individualized film. It's not really polished. You can tell when, to me, I can tell when it's like, okay, that's a Hollywood movie. Definitely. This is not a really Hollywood movie. It feels independent. It feels the person have creative control, creative with the development of the characters, development of the shot, the development of the meaning behind the speaking of the symbols and the language. So this person have creative control, whereas in a Hollywood movie, that all that is reigned by the corporation, the studio. They really bring that and they don't really show that creative aspect, that the human condition or any of that. They really pull that back. That's why sometimes a lot of Hollywood movies really lack that emotion, the human condition, the development, the growth. All of that really lack. And you can tell when it's a Hollywood movie and then the independent movie or an amateur movie. You can tell. Even the shot, you can tell it's like the camera that I would shoot with. It's like you can tell. So the movie being unpolished is actually a good thing. That you can tell it's like, okay, this is a different kind of movie. It's not Hollywood. It's an independent director, independent studio. There are funny moments throughout this movie, and it is great. It is funny, and I like funny being sprinkled across the movie. And that way, there are parts that is slow, but then it's funny, and it's up and down. It's funny. It just gave you a variety of emotion, and I like that because to keep me engaged in the movie, engaged in the story. So now let's talk about the con. There's not a lot of con. The only con I can really think is that there are lack of consequences in certain sequence, like her first time having sex. There isn't any consequence. Like, okay, yeah, she found out that she was not his first person. He has sex where it was like thought maybe a couple of people before her. Maybe she have forgive me, but she got like chlamydia or something. Like something, maybe she was gonna get pregnant. That sort of thing. Is kind of like throwing the curveball at her, and how do we get to see how she reacted to the situation. How did she grow out of it, as a person, So there wasn't any real hard consequences for our character. There were some, but not as deep or it affected her life. And then the other thing is that I wish there were more daughter and father conversation, scene, and also I wanted some scene with the brother. We all have a great emotion with our siblings, and we don't have our not so great time with our brothers and sisters. So I kind of wish we get to see the good side, the good time that she had with her brother, and then the bad time she doesn't have with her brother, because like I said, we all have ups and downs, the good and bad in life, and this movie has it, but it doesn't really delve deep, doesn't give you that rich moments, that rich experience. But overall, it's still a great movie. On the final note, I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. It is good. I recommend you go watch it. You will enjoy, you will laugh a little bit, you will chuckle a little bit, and that's a good thing, because this movie is a drama movie. It's a movie about, I would say, normal people. A lot of time, movie about the special people. It's not about the normal people, because you and I in the audience, we are normal people, and a lot of time we go see this people who are special powers and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it. It's great. We pursue those kind of attributes, pursue those kind of things. But it's also nice to see how other normal people experience problem, how to solve problem, how they interact with each other. Is good to know that, hey, I'm not the only one experiencing this difficult relationship with my parents, my brother, my girlfriends or boyfriends, or best friends, or my co-workers, that sort of thing. The normal human experience, the human interaction. It's just nice to see this kind of movie, and I'm glad I got a chance to go watch this movie, and I actually enjoy it. I like seeing from different point of view, like seeing from a woman's point of view. It totally give me appreciation, and I want to understand the opposite sex, their point of view. This way I'll become a better man, understanding from their point of view and not being selfish. It's not about me, it's also about us, both of us, you and I. That's what I'm trying to get. So again, guys, a 7 out of 10, a score, and I would recommend it again. And guys, that is the end of my movie review. Please like, thumbs up, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please browse on there. There's a lot of content on there. I would appreciate it if you do that. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching my movie review. I really appreciate it. Take care, guys. Bye bye.